Yes, yes, Kenya. Tamu sana, tamu sana, tamu sana, yes. William Ruto's hustler slogan is Kazi ni Kazi. And it's a slogan William Ruto has been using deliberately to endear himself to the poor masses. The masses are the lower cadre in the society. So today, William Ruto took his campaigns to Kakamega County, Bukhungu Stadium. And for the very first time, he came face to face with a hustler who seriously believes in the literal meaning of William Ruto's slogan, Kazi ni Kazi. So in this video, I want us to have a look, or rather to watch a small clip of what transpired during William Ruto's Bukhungu Stadium rally, after which, as usual, we are going to dissect the whole thing to see what it means politically. Have a look at this.
Tuko pamoja. Ataenda. Hebu nione wanasema kitendawili ataenda nyumbani. Ngoma tunatakiana jameni. Sana. Tunawatakia baraka ya Mungu. Asanteni sana kwa kutupatia muda wenu. Hakuna shida, msikimbie tafadhali, tuko sawa. Nafikiri tu ni mtu ameiba kitu ya mtu hapo, so relax. Jamaa ameshindia. Anasema ati kazi ni kazi. Bwana Uhuru Kenyatta.
Yes, that's exactly what happened today at Bukhungu Stadium in Kakamega County. And the interesting part of it, it happened when William Ruto was on the podium addressing the people. A hustler there just snatched, or rather stole, somebody's phone. And as he was stealing the phone, he was saying Kazi ni Kazi. And William Ruto himself is just confirming what the person was actually saying. What does that mean politically? That's what I want us to find out in this video right now. In case you are watching us for the very first time, subscribe, give this video a like. Yes. From that clip, there are two things coming out clearly, which I want to explain in details. From the look of that clip, or rather if you look at that clip, the scaffold starts from the main dais, where William Ruto and his team were seated, after which it spirals to the people. So the hustler there, in this case, the thief, was so daring that he opted to go and steal from the main dais where William Ruto was seated. What does that mean politically? William Ruto, for the very first time, is coming face to face with the consequences of his negative political narratives. If you look at the way William Ruto has been playing his politics, he has been playing some kind of populist politics, not actually looking at the bigger picture of the implications of those his political antics. For example, when William Ruto started the dynasties versus hustlers, immediately started that narrative, and as the narrative was speaking, we saw some kind and form of violence being meted by the people who were considered poor against those who were considered somehow successful. And we saw a group of people actually burning a lorry who was considered to be somebody, or rather a lorry that was considered to be of a wealthy person. So William Ruto's narratives are clearly actually divisive and just causing confusion and conflict in the society. And today, for the very first time, William Ruto has seen with his own eyes, or rather he has tasted the negative consequence of some of his political narratives. That's exactly what I'm making from that short clip. And I'm saying that because I know William Ruto might have seriously been embarrassed as a result of that. A thief using your slogan in your own rally. And in fact, that rally from where I sit, that incident alone might have actually watered down what William Ruto was actually saying, because a good majority of Kenyans knows William Ruto's slogan William Ruto's slogan is Kazi ni Kazi. And then somebody goes still in a rally actually chanting Kazi ni Kazi. That watered William Ruto's message at Bukhungu today. And William Ruto's rally today in Bukhungu might have not yielded much just as a result of that incident alone. The second thing I'm reading, or rather getting from that short clip, I'm seeing William Ruto as a leader who is not a good role model to the youths or to the society. He's not inspiring confidence amongst the people. And that is so because if you look at William Ruto, I don't believe that a serious presidential candidate can pick Rigathi Gachagua as his running mate. Rigathi Gachagua is known as a corrupt leader. And I just fail to understand how a serious presidential candidate like William Ruto could just pick Rigathi Gachagua as his running mate. In fact, if you look at William Ruto, on one side, he's deemed and seen corrupt. William Ruto's reputation and integrity is actually on the spot. It's in question. And then we also have a William Ruto picking another person whose integrity is also in question. So you can see that as a duo, rather a corrupt kind of a ticket. So because of that alone, William Ruto is not acting as a good role model to the youths and even to the poor masses in the lower cadre of the society. William Ruto is sending a picture that integrity of a leader does not matter. What matters is that you have your way through. If you can steal to make a living, it's okay. Because I'm saying that again, because some few days ago, Rigathi Gachagua was found guilty to have irregularly acquired about 200 million Kenya shillings, and the court actually ordered Rigathi Gachagua to forfeit the said amount to the state. After that, Rigathi Gachagua came out defending himself, and even William Ruto himself and his foot soldiers defended Rigathi Gachagua. That created a perception that it's not wrong to steal. That hustler there just wanted to confirm and prove to William Ruto how bad it is to steal. That's exactly what I'm seeing here. Yes. And on top of the second point, that incident that happened today at Bukhungu also brings a very interesting dimension to this year's politics. As it is today, we have two camps. We have Azimio camp and we have Kenya Kwanza camp. Raila Odinga is deemed a reformer. Martha Karua is also deemed a leader who has been fighting for reforms for the common good of the masses. On this other side, we have William Ruto, who, if you look at the way he started his politics, it's believed he started it in the early 90s, and what propelled William Ruto to national politics was YK92, an organization that the then government of Moi was actually using to intimidate their political opponents. It was seen as a hooliganism kind of a group. That's the time and how William Ruto started his politics. And lately, if you look at the way William Ruto has been playing his politics, he seems to be holding on to the principle that made him, the YK92 principle that made him. That largely seems to be what has defined William Ruto's brand of politics. Same to Rigathi Gachagua. He was an administrator in the same Nyayo government. He was seen as a person who was really oppressing people at that time. So you are seeing these people are actually coming together. So there is a perception among Kenyans that a good majority of people in Kenya Kwanza Alliance are thieves, people with some dubious characters, people of questionable characters. And that is so because largely, if you look at those surrounding William Ruto himself is known not to be a man of integrity. Same to Rigathi Gachagua. Same to those people surrounding William Ruto. Moses Kuria is a non-inciter, a non-ethnic chauvinist. So if you look at all the people surrounding William Ruto, especially in Kenya Kwanza Alliance, they are people deemed thieves. That's the perception amongst the majority of Kenyans. So you are just seeing again somebody stealing in that camp, or rather you are just seeing theft again happening in that camp. That also reinforces the notion and belief that that is a camp full of thieves. That's exactly what I can make from that incident of today. Otherwise, ladies and gentlemen, even before I conclude, I also watched Raila's rally today in Eldoret, and it was somehow very interesting. We saw some senior leaders actually coming out to endorse Raila Amolo Odinga. The likes of Ezekiel Kimboi, a former marathon champion. We saw such leaders coming out to endorse Raila Odinga. So in our next video, maybe today or even tomorrow, I'm going to do a detailed analysis on that. So in case you have not yet subscribed so far, kindly subscribe so that anytime we upload a new video, YouTube will automatically notify you. And as I conclude, I'm very much humbled, very grateful for our fans and subscribers in this forum for the kind of support you are giving me. God bless you. God bless Kenya. Any other person watching us outside Kenya for the very first time, drop a comment, let us know from which part of the globe you are watching us from. If possible again, subscribe, give this video a like.